Welcome back, everybody. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Derek.
I'm Steven.
Welcome to the RC Lawn Chair Pilots podcast. All right. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Episode 20.
Yay.
Yeah.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Glad to hear it. Great.
Awesome.
For those of you who responded. Hope it continues to be so.
Well, and we've had some nice weather, so that's, at least here in Utah, we've had some nice weather.
Yes, we have. I spent all day today outside.
Lucky you.
I dug up a bunch of... Yeah, I had the day off work.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Nice.
it's Good Friday. But I spent the whole day digging up sprinklers.
Uh-huh.
And then the afternoon we did an Easter egg hunt for the kids.
Oh.
Had 30-something kids and almost 600 eggs.
Whoa.
Each kid got 18 eggs.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good time.
That's awesome.
So,
Yeah, I missed it.
all right, let's dig into this.
Let's
all right,
dive into
first
what we're
off,
going.
We've had some comments on our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Thank you for the comments. Appreciate them.
Yeah.
They have been negative towards our wonderful sponsor, RCbattery.com.
Well, at least one of them has. Actually, not all of them have. There was one negative and one good one.
Yeah, that's true. But just wanted to bring up RCbattery.com. The guys there, they're working ridiculous hard to get all the orders out. They get flooded because, great batteries, great price.
Yes.
They're going to get flooded with orders.
Yeah.
So if you do have any issues, go ahead and email them. You can find their contact information on their website. And then I'm also going to put a link in the description to how RCbattery.com got started. Yes, Richard did come from Hobby King. He was their battery guy, but due to some layoff issues, he got let go, and that's when he started RCbattery.com.
So that's why it's similar for those that made the comments.
Exactly. So they are Hobby King like, but I have Hobby King batteries. These are better than Hobby King batteries. So I'll put a link down to the description by it's a RCGroups thread started by someone that was testing RCbattery.com batteries.
Nice.
And he puts all of his information. He doesn't pull back any punches, but it's great stuff. So I'll put that in there. Our second bit of news, the Aviation RC Noobs podcast is having a build night coming up.
They do this like
once a month.
Is it once a month?
Once
I was
a month.
going to say, I know they do it often.
Yeah,
so.
and this one's coming out actually in things worked out to where we can actually announce it for you guys. So there will be a link in the description to join. It's a Facebook event on their Discord server. So you join the event on Facebook.
Via Facebook.
Yes, there's a link to their Discord server.
Okay.
You join that, and then on the build night, you join one of their voice channels, and you just hang out and everyone builds.
Sweet.
So I'll put a link to that in the description. If I remember right, it's on April 9th.
I should do that.
If I can, I want to.
Because I need to finish building and
Yes, you do.
just to chit chat and build.
So I'm gonna look really quick at just so I can get the date right for you guys. It is on April 9th at 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's when it starts. So I will put a link to that in the description for you.
So 8 p.m. Eastern, which would be 5 p.m. Pacific. And
Yes.
you do the math in between.
Yep. All right. So
That's
that
6
is
for us here in the Mountain Time Zone. Unless you're Arizona and
then
you're
it's
not
5.
switching, then it's 5.
Yeah, if you're regular or yeah.
Yeah, if you're regular,
Then
that's something different.
if you're on
And
another
you're
section
awesome.
of the world. Okay.
I don't
You didn't
have
put
any
it-
news.
Yeah, I was
like
gonna say you didn't put any notes in. Did you?
I have some notes for anything, but I don't have any new news.
Okay.
The big one is I need to do stuff, and I haven't, so I had no new news. And you're the one who's always making sure that we're up with our sponsor and with all of the RC groups, because you're part of all of those and you follow all
There's
that
some
stuff.
fun
And
stuff.
so,
like if you being on RC groups is fun.
I mean, if I had more time, well, first I would have my tiny trainer built.
That is a thing.
See, I don't even have time during work to peruse that stuff.
Yeah.
So
No, and I have to find minutes here and there. In my lunch break.
Yeah. Well,
So,
I
all right.
relax during my lunch break because I
So
need
do I, by reading
much.
airplane stuff. Nothing's better than reading airplane stuff for lunch. Catching up on all the build logs, seeing the new products,
Okay,
watching the videos,
All right. I understand.
learning how to do things.
I'm a slacker.
You
Okay.
You're an embarrassment.
Yeah.
All right. Any
No, I don't have anything new.
Nothing new?
No, I'm using all of that same old stuff.
All right.
However, I don't know if I should put this in. I get this is kind of a product / news. So
right.
I
Well,
met a new guy. There's a new
that's
hire.
right.
A new guy started at the job I work at, and
Yes.
we were doing some training, and I was just chit chatting about being an RC pilot, and I use that term loosely.
Yeah.
But he is too. So shout out to you, Mark, if you're listening. But so he's got a couple planes that he's been flying and everything, and he is working on a project, and I'm going to share his project that he's working on.
Let's do it.
He's using free sky stuff and a bunch of other stuff and, GPS and all kinds of stuff to build himself an autonomous airplane.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's doing.
Nice.
And I'm like, this sounds pretty cool. So he's going to be using all kinds of different things. I don't know if he's got any build projects, if he's got
Build logs.
build logs or any blogs out there about what he's doing. If you do, Mark, and you're listening or watching,
Send us the links.
put the link, put it in a comment, and we'll put that comment up at the top for you.
There you go.
Because we can do that.
Yes, we can.
So
We'll also put a link to his YouTube channel. A lot of fun little videos.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fly videos on there, so we can put a link on there.
Yep. Sweet.
But yeah, so that's my product news, which is neither.
Nah.
I mean, it's news. It's not product.
News. It's news.
It's not product.
New friends is always news.
Yeah, and
It's
so
always good stuff.
I'm excited to get out and fly more, but
Yeah.
no new products.
Okay.
So what did you?
I have.
What did you do, Derek?
I did nothing. I went to work and then came home
Yeah,
with
and
more
got an
with more
awesome
stuff
surprise.
in my car.
I'm
So
pointing at it, but you can't see
I've
it
got a
right
buddy
there.
at work who used to run 4 hobby shops back in California 40 years ago. And he used to fly Formula 1 racers and be super into RC stuff, and he hasn't been for years. So he's been slowly handing off stuff to me. That's where I got my EF-16, and he's been promising me this
That one right
indoor
there, right?
acrobatic plane, and he brought it in this week and gave it to me. It is the Great Plains Electrafly Extra 300 SC.
Yeah, the reason why we're looking up there is
If-
because that's where it's hanging.
Yes,
so.
if you follow my Instagram, there's pictures of it hanging from the ceiling.
Yes,
I'll get it down.
it is. It's a cool little flyer. Like, I'm excited to see where you're going to have enough when we get enough open
As
space.
soon as I'm allowed to get into the church for personal reasons, I'll fly it in the gym.
Yes. Now, there you go.
Okay, so there it is. There's half of it. And you can see in the video. So this bad boy, it's an indoor acrobatic flyer, has a 32.5-inch wingspan, and all up weight is between 175 and 195 grams.
Depending on the battery you use, right?
It uses a 300 milliamp 2S,
Oh,
so
okay.
super tiny.
Yeah.
It runs on a Rimfire 300 brushless motor with a, what is this? An 8x4 prop. It has a Thunderbird 9 amp ESC. And then I plan on putting my Archer RX6R in it.
Yeah. Nice.
Give me a minute to hang it back up.
And he's hanging.
There's no good way to hang this thing up just because, like, it's made out of Depron, and it's very delicate stuff. So
That's why you
have to
fly it
be-
inside.
You can fly it outside if you fly it on a 3S, but it's like on a no-wind day.
Yeah. Which we haven't had any of those recently. But it's a sweet looking plane. Check out the video for those of you that listen to the podcast. Or yeah, go to the Instagram. I guess he's got it there. He always puts things on the Instagram. I forget that that's a place and that's a thing that we can do.
Okay, so that was the first plane that he brought me that he's been promising me.
Yeah.
The second plane was a surprise. Hang on.
This thing is pretty awesome also. I need to get me some hangers so I can start hanging some of my stuff.
So this plane is about 30 years old. It's never flown. There's no room for it here. Okay, so this was originally sold by Hobby Lobby before they became the Hobby Lobby we know today.
Wow.
So there was a store called Hobby Lobby that was a regular hobby store, and then they went out of business, became Hobby Express. And then the current Hobby Lobby bought the name and uses it for what they do.
Yeah.
But this is the Pilot 1 Stetson Voyager 150. This is a scale model. It's a 1/8 scale high wing tail dragger. It's a good trainer plane. 51-inch wing, 34 ounce or 964 grams without a battery. It is currently loaded with a Rimfire 3536 1200 kV. The ESC, hang on, I didn't write it down. I got to open her up.
This thing is...
The wings do come off. It's just harder to because there's wing struts.
So you have to unscrew them all.
The ESC is a Thunderbird 54 amp with a 3 amp BEC in it from Castle. And it will use a 3S 2200 or greater LiPo battery. And then I plan on putting the Archer SR6 in this thing.
Did you get more Archers?
No.
You still only have the 3, right?
Well, I have one GR6, 2 R6s, and the SR6.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think. I don't know. It's been a long time since I've run inventory. But yeah, this plane is super slick for having just sat in a closet for 20-something years. It's in great condition. It's just dusty.
Yeah.
A little bit of the coating needs to be smoothed back out, but there's like no hanger rash. I want to put new wheels on because these are just little foam Dubro wheels. I want to put some like rubber ones on, some nicer ones.
Yeah.
And this is spinning a 10x7 prop.
That'll add weight, but not much.
Not enough to worry about. And then it's already got, so it has flaps on the tip half of each wing.
Yeah.
Ailerons, no flaps. It's got servos already installed. Everything.
So it's basically ready to fly.
It just needs battery, receiver, and a plug on the ESC for the battery. Like there's no battery plug on the ESC right now.
Oh, that's
it's just bare ends.
That's just bare end. That's a big deal. But that is awesome.
Yeah, my buddy put this together and then never touched it. So yeah, just.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, just bare ends.
So we just need to put
an XT60.
XT60 on that, and you'll be good to go. I could fly that one. I'm terrified. I wouldn't fly.
I'm terrified to fly it.
It needs to get in the air. It needs to fly.
It absolutely does.
It needs to fly.
I want to really test out the SR6, make sure it's working, and then I'll put it in this.
Yeah.
But I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All right, give me a second to put it away. All right.
That's going to be awesome in the air.
Yeah,
it's super, super lightweight though.
It's a
nice,
good looking plane.
Oh yeah.
And so Stinson was a company that was bought out by Piper back in the 60s or 70s or 80s, I forget when. But they had a plane, the Voyager 150. This is a scale model of it. It's a 3-passenger plane. And yeah, I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be fun.
That one's beautiful. That's a beautiful plane.
It really is. Oh, and the Electrafly, the extra 330 SC, there is a broken wingtip on there. It just got a crack, and I just need to get some foam safe CA glue and glue it back flat. You can see it.
Yeah, that one
that
right
left
there.
Side.
Yeah.
So I just need to glue that and put a battery on it and a receiver, and she's good to go.
That'll be.
So there you go. It was good times. Good
Yes.
times. And then He gave those to me first thing in the morning, and they just sat on my desk, and it was very distracting the whole day. But I got work done, so it's okay.
Sounds like you did some research on them too. So,
Well, yeah. Since then, but yeah. All right.
So that takes us to your latest outings.
I have not had any. My latest outing time has been used renovating my backyard,
which it will be for the next little while.
Yes. I'll get it. I hope to get out sometime, but most of my free time during the day is spent in the backyard.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's going to be awesome when it's done.
Yep.
What about you?
So I did go out once.
Was it the
Yep.
the slow stick flight that I just watched on YouTube?
Yes, it was.
Ouch.
Yep, twice.
Yep.
But the wind, I only took it up twice. The wind was, or 3 times. The wind was blowing like crazy. I tried twice to see if I could get it in the air. Surprisingly, my landings weren't as hard as I thought they were going to be. I didn't nose it at all.
Okay.
I just kind of belly flopped. I didn't come in. I just fell.
Yeah, the wind kind of picked you up and threw you back down.
Yes. No damage to it at all as far as I can tell. I'm going to have to go through and recheck everything, make sure there was no damage. But as far as I can tell, there was no damage.
That's good.
On my drones and more, you can see the video. It's horrible because I didn't get any flight, and then I didn't center my camera very much either. So it wasn't upside down.
No,
it was
it ended up upside down at one point, and then just kind of curled itself back around
and fell on its on its belly. Like I had one where it bounced probably 3 feet in the air.
Shoot.
And I think I show that on the video. So yeah, it was really hard, and I only threw it twice, and I was like, nope, not gonna chance it anymore.
Yeah.
I drove it around.
Taxi practice is good.
Yeah. Yeah. Even then, when I got into the wind, it was like, yeah, it was just too windy. Too windy. But hopefully tomorrow I can get out there. It's not supposed to be windy. It's supposed to be gorgeous day tomorrow.
Yeah, should be.
Light winds. So I did have an outing. You can see the video on my drones and more. We'll put a link in the thingy down below. But it's not very impressive. It's really short. Actually took me longer to tear down than any flight times.
Yeah, the flight time was minimal.
It really, really was. Yeah, it was. But at least I got out.
That's true.
I mean, I did get out.
I didn't break anything, though.
Oh, I didn't break anything either.
That you know of.
Well, as far I checked it. I checked it, and nothing was broken when I checked it.
That's fair. Okay.
So, I mean, it's the slow stick. There's not a lot to break.
No, that's true.
Now, I did have to keep bending the landing gear back into shape, which it's aluminum. I will have to buy more landing gear for it in the future if I keep bending it this way, because I will eventually break that, but I haven't broke it yet. There was one. It was the one where it bounced 3 feet in the air, but that landing gear was
kicked out.
Yeah, it was facing the wrong way. It was not doing any good.
Nice.
So, but nothing broke.
That is key.
That's the key.
All right.
Project updates.
You got a slow stick in the flight ready.
My slow stick is flight ready.
Anything else?
That's it. My tiny trainer my tiny trainer is still a work in progress. I'm excited to see this. And that was it. I just got the slow stick ready is all.
That's right.
And I did take it out. But
that's something. This is my gentle lady wing.
Yeah.
All glued up and ready to go.
That's, oh my gosh.
Wing tips are shaped and glued on. I can actually take this tape off now.
Yeah, how long has it been sitting?
I put it on a couple days ago and forgot about it.
Yeah, no big deal though.
No.
So
it's ready to go. Like, I just need to do a little bit of sanding on this thing to clean up some of the glue overspread stuff and make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then it's going to get covered.
Do you know what colors you're covering that yet?
I have the colors for it. I haven't
Yeah, I know you have like 5 colors.
I have 5 colors, 3 transparents and 2 solids.
So big.
It's a 48-inch wing.
And it's not even that big. 48 inches is actually middle size compared to some of the behemoths out there. I mean, 16-foot wingspan, that would be crazy.
Yeah. One day. But yeah, this thing's all glued up and ready to be covered, or ready to be final sanded, and she'll be in the air. And I've got the fuselage. I think it needs a touch more sanding, and then it is good to go as well. But yeah, I'm super excited for that.
That's
and then
nice.
Once I get that flight ready, I'll probably take it out and fly it a bit with the high start while I work on the power pod for it.
Very cool.
I lied. I do have another new product.
Did you get that power pod?
What power pod?
Didn't you get
the one that the one for the
we already
gentle
talked
lady?
about that.
We already talked about that. No, I ordered a different power pod.
Oh, you did?
Yep. I found, so the company SIG Manufacturing, they're a huge balsa airplane supplier.
Okay.
They make a power pod for 2-meter gliders.
And you bought one?
I did.
You had one. So you bought another one. Where are you going to put that one?
On the Spirit.
Wait, that's the Spirit.
Yep. It's going to be above the wing, just like on the gentle
Well,
lady.
yeah, obviously. Is it a forward-facing or a rear-facing?
Forward-facing. It'll be in on Monday.
So the high start that you bought.
Oh, I'll still use that.
You're not going to need it anymore.
Well, no, I'll have 3 ways to fly it. Because the high start's too big for me to fly at the park here.
Yes, it is.
But with the power pod, I'll be able to fly it at the park here.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
So
that's the thing.
I just ordered the power pod, not the ESC or the motor. I still need to figure out
what you're going to do for
what sizes I need to use.
Okay.
I found I got inspired by it because I've met a guy on YouTube or on Facebook that's doing the same thing with his Spirit. So I asked him what motor and stuff he's using, and I'm going to wait and see how his turns out. But so yeah, that'll be on Monday. It was $8, so I'm like, yep, that's happening.
Oh, that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's a balsa
nothing.
kit.
Yeah, but so you got to put it all together and everything.
Yeah. Yep, got to glue it all together, and then it'll just get strapped to the top of the wing, just like the one for the gentle lady.
Yep.
So yeah, that's happening. I'm super stoked.
Nice.
All right,
I'm actually excited for this next part.
The beginner tips?
Yes.
Okay. So
this is what I wanted I wanted to do this. We've talked about it a couple times, and last time I'm like, let's do this.
Yeah. So we talked about it, and I threw out on RCGroups on 4 different forum sections the topic of field box/bag pack list. Like, what goes with you to the field?
All of the time.
All the time.
Like
I got some good answers, and I got some really dumb answers. So we're going to go over them. And then I've also got a couple links to a few just generic, here's what you should pack in general. So let's go to the first link in RCGroups. It is, hang on. So this was on the, did anyone answer? Okay, no one actually answered the first one. Okay, so the multi-rotor drone link.
Yeah.
No one answered. Jerks.
Oh, that's the first one, huh?
Yep. Okay, let's go to the second one.
Oh, but they got a nitro filled box.
No, that's, okay.
That's the first one.
That's the first link. That's not the first RCGroups link.
Oh.
Okay.
Fine.
So then I put it in the electric airplane, the electric plane talk.
Oh,
So go to the 4th one.
This guy.
There you go.
They'll
be linked in the bottom.
Yeah,
okay.
You'll see them wherever you're
So watching. I got... So Boxcar 31 says, the subject has been explored several times on RCGroups. I figured, but I didn't want to dig. I wanted new information. Context very wildly, what kind of plane, blah, 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 how comfortable, blah, blah, blah.
electric or fuel, yada, yada. Yeah, which that does make a difference, but like you can say...
But I wanted, like, what do you take?
Yeah, well, there's
Let's
that.
hear what you take.
And even, like, we can separate it to generics because you have fuel or electric, right? But they're the same thing. So you need your power source.
Yes.
Or your power supply. That would be a better term to use to cover both electric and nitro or gas, whatever it is that they throw in there.
So that was one of the more general, like, meh answers.
Yeah.
But he sums it up saying, basically, the kit should include the items needed to prepare the aircraft for flight, replace minor things such as damaged props, and perform minor repairs using tape and adhesives. That is good. That is a good general answer. I like it.
Extra props, tape, adhesives, and then the tools that you need to replace those.
Yep. So we'll keep going here. The next
that's
one,
a good one.
Written by or commented by E-Challenged. He says, take small Allen wrenches and spare wheel collars. Always good, so you can those will fall off. CA glue, spare props and prop adapters, charged cell phone, a few Band-Aids, and sunglasses.
Few Band-Aids?
Oh, yeah, first aid kit for when you chop your finger. Absolutely.
Charged cell phone. That's actually, like, I get, like, it's like, hey, my plane's near your house. Could you go get it?
Exactly.
or whatever. That's just my funny comment, but yeah, it could be anything.
Right, next comment is from Ray, RHEA. I think it's pronounced Ray. But they say, I'm assuming he, basic hand tools, props, and some hardware like screws, etc., that you might need for your plane, the plane you're flying. So, like, if your wing is held on by a screw and you lose a screw, have extras.
Yes.
Never take any repair supplies like adhesives, because a field repair is never as good as what you can do in the shop, and you will end up disappointed with the results. That's fair. I get that. I think it depends on the skill level of the pilot/craftsman and the severity of the repair. Because if it's like one of my foam board planes and it just takes hot glue, in the field or at home, it's going to be a mess, so it's fine. Whereas if it's like a balsa plane, depending on the severity of the crash, will greatly affect it, and chances are you damage some covering, so yeah, you're going to want to take it home.
Yeah, and I mean, I do like what he says there. It's important because it's like field repairs should be temporary, only to keep you flying.
Exactly.
So leaving the glues, all of your adhesives at home, probably not a horrible idea. Again, like you said, depending on it, like the CA glue, like having a little bit there, you could do like just one little tiny spot, not a full on.
Yeah.
And then you can go home and potentially fix it later. But if you have some tape, that might get you flying, depending on the severity of the crash. Exactly. So, like, we'll go into this more, but like what I get from this is like what you're taking with you is to do the minor repairs or like replacing your prop, because you're going to break a prop if you crash, if you hit something wrong. But that doesn't mean you've destroyed your plane.
Yeah.
You can get props relatively inexpensive.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to have extras, or you take extra props so you can, while you're testing the different prop angles and lengths, to see which ones you like more. So you're going to have extra props at that point also.
Exactly.
So that's why it should be on there. So I like what he says there. Is like he implies take what you're going to do for the minor repairs. You're not doing full on build repair. Now you could, like, if you've traveled 5 or 6 hours somewhere and you've planned a weekend
hopefully you have a trailer that you can repair.
You're going to have a little bit different. That's not your basic field.
Yeah.
So that's a little different. And what else does he say here?
He adds in first aid kit.
Okay.
Given that we're talking airplanes, someone's going to get chopped by a prop.
Yep. And he talks about like electric or fuel.
Yep. Okay.
Well, he specifically talks about electric because this is an electric.
This is the electric forum.
Forums. So
okay, so here we have Irving J. He puts in, apparently he just created a new checklist for himself. Yeah. Let's see here. Many of the items mentioned are already in my flight box, so I don't list them separately, just flight box. Anyway, here's my list. So, hat, sunglasses. He says Klein sunglasses. These are wraparound safety glasses. I found them darker and better for flying than my normal sunglasses. They're pricey, though. Not something you'll find in a drugstore, more like Home Depot or Lowe's. Oh, nice. Okay, so they more cover more of your eye rather than just
so
a little circle over your face.
Which makes sense because you're not always I mean, you're
The sun's
looking
gonna come at
all
you from
around, and
all
it's
the
going to come at
directions.
from all different angles
Yeah,
because
good
you're
sunglasses.
yeah,
is
good
huge.
sunglasses. I like that. That's not something I would have thought about. But I know when we
I
flew
have
last
sunglasses. Yeah, like the sunglasses I have, they just have a little circle in front of the eye, and sun gets in from all around them. I want more encompassing sunglasses
year, yeah.
for this.
So that's a good suggestion.
Sunscreen, radio, airplanes, flight box, charged batteries, empty bag for just charged batteries. That's fair. Water
Yep.
bottles, lunch box, jacket is needed, battery charger, bug repellent.
Good.
Yep. Now I have never forgotten to bring my airplane or the radio, but I include them on the list because I've read others who have and figure it's only a matter of time if I don't have it on the checklist. Yeah. Make sure you bring your airplane and your radio and batteries
And
at a minimum.
all of the parts for your airplane,
Yes.
because some of the bigger ones you might have 3 or 4 parts.
Well, like the Stinson, the Voyager, if I take the wings off, there are 4 screws per wing to hold it in place.
So you need a baggie for all those screws, and
I need to find, honestly, extra screws.
yeah, you're gonna want to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's stuff.
I like that list. That is a very extensive
Yeah.
and very good list. There's only 13 things on this list, but like it's very all encompassing. That's a good
Thank you, Irving.
list.
We
Yeah,
appreciate it.
that was very
And
good.
I'm putting this thread or our video.
These links.
Okay, so yeah, all these links will be in the description so this conversation can keep going. All right,
Yes.
next on to the next one, the 5th one there.
Okay.
This was posted in the Fuel Planes Talk thread. First comment comes from Tailskid2. Take only parts and tools that you need for your airplane. Well, yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Tails good too.
Okay. Acrinut is the next one. He says, my field box consists of, so this is a fuel plane discussion thread.
Yes.
So we're going to get fuel information here.
Yeah.
Fuel can with hand crank pump,
Okay.
self-contained igniter,
Mm.
several screwdrivers for tuning and plane assembly. Very key.
That's good.
Because like with a fuel engine, with an IC engine, you're going to be tuning it every flight.
Yeah.
You're going to make tweaks to it. And forceps. Oh, starter with self-contained LiPo batteries. That is also good. Like,
Yep.
because if you have an electric starter, that makes life easy.
Yes. And so you need to have the batteries for that electric starter,
Yep.
which that.
And then forceps for grabbing the little bits.
Yep.
Toolbox contains spare props, wrenches for props, screwdrivers needed for proper placement, removing the spinner, spare spark plugs and glow plugs, wrenches for glow spark plugs, special tools if needed for a specific plane. Little else needed at the field if the plane is properly set up and engine tuned before going to the field. Awesome.
Yeah,
Thank you,
that's
Acronut.
That's a really great one. Thank you, especially for our field flyers instead of the electric flyers. That is a really, really good list. And I think on top of that, the list that we've mentioned before is great to add on top of that.
Yes.
So if you're a field flyer, that is a great one. All right, what's our next one?
So the next one, the last link we've got there.
Yep.
This comes from the Sailplane Talk. So these are all the glider dudes. Actually got a lot of comments here. So City Evader says, aside from flight tools, lots of water, dehydrated fruit, meat that don't need a refrigerator, tick removal tool, like if you live out in the boonies,
Yeah.
or if your area is prone to ticks, Uncle Bill's tweezers, best ever apparently, small 8 times monocular. I'm not sure. Maybe to follow your plane. Like if you get way up there, like some of these glider guys can do, and you're not in controlled airspace and stuff,
Yeah, maybe.
then maybe to just help you see. Because like I read the article of a guy that completed the world's longest glider flight, RC glider flight. It was in Nevada. It was several hundred miles.
What?
It took them a day
Wow.
and then some. A couple hundred miles. Excuse me. I'll have to find it again. But yeah, he sat in the back of his Jeep, basically laid out, looking straight up into the sky for like 6 hours. While his wife drove, someone else spotted, and he just watched and flew. So yeah, I could see a small monocular being used to like keep an eye on your plane when it's that far out. Because
Yeah.
when it's that far out, you're several thousand mistakes high. you can take your hands off the controller for a minute.
Yeah.
And you can fly one-handed while you're looking up.
If you needed to, yes, you definitely could.
And then small LiPo/USB charger for the phone.
Especially,
which I actually have one, which is really nice.
Especially the gliders, you're really pretty much everything on your right hand.
Yeah, well, when you get into the bigger stuff, you use rudder more.
Yeah, you could have rudders and stuff like that, but and even like this size, it may or may not. But like, yeah, you could still do it with your right stick.
Oh yeah,
and be fine for a few seconds while you take a look.
Yep.
But that's pretty awesome.
Next one comes from Glider Guide. He says a really long pole. Or a friendly dude taking his elevated work platform for a stroll who likes beer.
Which he has some pictures.
He includes a picture of his glider in a tree and a dude on a cherry picker.
Is that my DLG elf? It looks like, except that he's had repairs on his where it's the same color as my elf was. That's that is good advice. Something to get it out of a tree. Yes, especially if you're flying near trees. Nope, that's the bigger. It's a discus launch though, but it's.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh nope, it's got props.
That's an FJ3.
It's got props. Yep.
Okay.
All right, I like that. A really long pole. I like that. So, different sport, different activity, disc golf. They have these extendable grabbers. Right. So when you launch it into the water, you can reach into the water and grab it. Well, I mean, it's not going to go super, super high. They'll go 5 or 6 feet. But if you're in a place where you might be able to get close enough, that could get you there.
Oh, there you
so
go.
Something like, and they're grabbers, so you can actually manipulate, not just push.
Oh, that'd be nice.
Yes.
All right.
But they're specifically for disc golf, not to say that you couldn't use them for this.
Oh, for sure.
Also.
All right. But next comment comes from Glider Guide. He says, fluids, shade, chair, snacks, and stuff as suggested above. We always try to fly with a couple of us, although occasionally DLG mission is solo.
Yeah.
Good LiPo tester to monitor packs.
Yep.
And let's see here. Tape for wing joints, covering patches, bottle of CA, foam safe if that's what you're flying, spare wing and tail bolts, and a sense of humor. It's toy planes. Enjoy what you do or don't do it.
I like it.
It's true, because if you're going to get all bent out of shape because you stupid thumbed it into the ground, then you need to find a new hobby. This one isn't for you.
It really, like, if you do...
I get that it's a couple $100 you just nosed into the ground.
Yes.
But still.
You can probably repair it.
Hopefully.
And
I don't know.
I mean, my elf is gone.
Yes.
And I am super, super sad. I will be either getting the stuff to repair it, because I can buy all the parts to repair it. At that point, that I will... Basically, I need...
You just need a new fuselage boom.
The fuselage and the nose cap. And I can probably scavenge everything else from my other plane.
You should totally do that.
So I will probably be doing that because I really enjoyed flying that.
Yep.
And it fit in my car with very little work.
Yep.
Where all my other planes, they all have to be taken apart anyway, but they still have a hard time fitting in my little tiny car. So.
All right, next one comes from MTH.
Yeah, I like it. Bug spray.
Bug spray.
Like that's
bug spray and sunscreen are huge.
Yeah, right now it's like everybody is bug spray, sunscreen, or something to remove ticks. Bugs. Some sort of bug repellent or removal.
Well,
is important.
The day I spent at Soar, Utah, I came back just roasted.
Yeah,
I was so sunburnt.
No sunscreen.
So yeah, sunscreen and bug spray. All right. B. Matthews says
he's got a lot on this one.
So loaded question because it depends on what you're flying and how it's launched and what their skill level is. Of course. Yeah.
Yes.
Let's see here. So he says, when I used to go to my club's glider field that had club winches and high starts, and I was using a well-proven model on a cooler spring day, it was mostly just a glider and the transmitter with a light jacket or over a sweater or sweatshirt. That's all I needed. All right, it makes sense. Like if you've got it down pat and you've got a good system waiting for you at your field, absolutely.
Yeah, you don't need to take as much.
Yeah.
But.
And then he says, on the other hand, my little pull-out top drawer toolbox for electric flying has a charger with alligator clips for the car battery and protected cells for 3 battery packs, so there's no risk of any connectors touching each other. So field charger, basically.
Yeah, and let's
see here.
More general kit.
Links
There's
for
limited
control
kit,
horns,
small screwdriver and pliers, which I like that.
spare props, and blob of modeling clay for balanced.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Little cloth seasonal goodie bag with cool to warm options goes along in there too. I don't know what that means. I'm also rapidly coming down to the idea that a smaller thermos or some tea or hot chocolate on the cooler days would be nice creature comfort. Absolutely. Something to keep you warm on the inside.
Or cool.
Or cool on the outside or whatever. I don't know. Just go with it.
Depending on time of the year. It's like the sunscreen.
Yeah. B. Jaffe says, wait, is this an existing podcast? All my favorite RC podcasts went extinct, so it'd be nice to have a new one. Yes, we are existing. We've been around for a year now. Welcome.
Welcome.
All right. My Brungard, if that's how that's pronounced, I don't know. I'm thinking this question is about the kit you need to fly with for my kit. Thank you. It's the following. Hobby knife, absolutely. Adhesive tape, strapping, vinyl, captain. Okay, so various different types of there.
Yeah.
Forceps, small Phillips and straight screwdrivers, small Allen wrenches, lead weights of various mass and configurations, several pieces of semi-rigid foam in various sizes, rubber bands, wing rods and joiners, spare wing and stab bolts, battery voltage checker, battery field charger, small paintbrush for whisking dirt out of hinge lines. Oh, that's actually good. Sunglasses, wide brim hat, sunscreen, pop-up shade structure and chair if at a contest. Spare harnesses, swivels, and toe rings back when it was only TD flying. What is TD?
I don't know, but I can tell you.
Oh, Martin. His name is Martin.
Martin.
That's easier than whatever.
Burgard. Sorry,
Brungard. Maybe that's his last name. Brungard.
He has been flying for a long time.
Yeah, he knows how to do this.
And you know why I know this?
Because he joined in February 2008.
Well, there's that. Also, this guy has flown a lot, and he's had or been near people who've had super rough crashes, because he includes wing rods, joiners, spare wings, and
spare wing and stab bolts.
Yes,
so
both.
Yeah, the bolts to hold them on. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So he's been around. Well, and also pop-up shade structure and chair if at a contest. So he's been to contests. So he knows his way around.
Yeah. Right. That's a great list.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Martin. That is a great list, and that's another one where it's all extensive. Like, it includes everything, and it's a great. This is a great list for building yours. Now, again, depending on what you're flying, this list will be modified slightly, but this is a great place to see what you need.
Absolutely. All right, Mark 426 says, besides personal comfort items like water, folding chair, bug spray, hats, sunglasses, rags, etc., I only take what's required to assemble whatever I am flying. For me, if something is broken or needs repair, do it at home. Too many times in the past, I should have gone home versus a hasty field repair. I finally learned my lesson.
That's our second one like that.
And then he also adds, P.S., away contest flying, take the whole shop.
Okay.
So if you travel to a contest or whatever, take everything.
Okay.
Because you can't go home for your repairs.
Yeah. And if you're in the contest, you want to be able to get back up there, especially if it's a multi-day contest.
And you crash on day one.
Yes, you want to be able to repair and get back up there.
All right. T.E. Watson says, contents such as list also depend on the events one is tending. For half-day club events, I take little more than a plain transmitter box, charger, chair, and hat. If something happens to break, it will get fixed at home. For multi-day away events, other supplies become necessary for both routine stuff like battery charging and tools/spares so a malfunction doesn't put you in the trailer for the whole event.
That
exactly. Again, just what we had said.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
R2R.
R2R says, I have gone minimalist since last May. This list lets me fly for up to 2 hours, except for the aircraft and radio. It fits in a 13-inch by 8-inch by 4-inch plastic bin. Oh, very cool.
I like that. That's
okay, so aside from the aircraft and radio, which are the first two things,
yes.
Scissors, wing tape, large screwdriver for wing bolts, small screwdriver for tail screws, 6 to 8 LiPo batteries for the motor, a battery tester, and a charger just in case.
Oh, and then sunglasses, hat, sunblock.
Yeah.
Because, again, you want to protect your head, you want to protect your eyes, and you want to protect any exposed skin.
Yep. Okay. B. Jaffe responds again. I have to hike up a hill to fly to slope. To that end, I got a pretty huge JanSport backpack with the following in it.
Wow.
Tape, balance weight, ballast for whatever I happen to be flying that day, clamps and hemostat, flathead and Phillips screwdrivers, a few key wrenches, battery charger, 1 or 2 extra batteries, rubber bands, chapstick. That's a good one because your lips will get destroyed. Glasses case, scissors, X-Acto blade, Swiss Army knife, compass. You never know. Whistle, whistle. See compass. Dust mask. That's actually a good one.
Yeah, dust mask.
Because if you're slope soaring, there's going to be wind.
Yeah.
Water, transmitter case, and transmitter, and lightweight windbreaker.
This is like.
Thank you, sailplane guys. That was some great information.
Yeah.
Thanks
you guys.
Thank you to everyone that commented it. I appreciate it. Hopefully, these conversations can continue on their respective forums.
And the cell phone guys, they had some of the best lists, and I think those lists can be applied to whatever you're flying.
Oh yeah, just tweak it a little bit.
Yes, and even if you're not flying, if you're going out on a day of racing or boating, these lists are going to be very similar to what you need. Your
tools and spares.
Yes. Boating, I don't know. The speedboats probably crash.
Yeah, probably.
Cars, I know, crash all the time.
Oh, yeah.
They seem to be a little more durable than when planes crash. But then again, they're usually falling from a smaller distance, shorter distance.
If they fall maybe 4 feet.
I don't know. I've seen some jump pretty high.
Yeah, but those ones are built for that, and they're doing that on purpose. So.
Yes. But anyway, so even if you're not flying, these lists are, obviously going to be slightly modified. But the takeaway here is your power source, you want to have extra of that.
Yes.
Right? You want to have your plane and your transmitter. Those are key. Then you want to also have the replacement parts, propeller, tires, whatever it is, right?
Whatever's going to break first.
Yes.
And second and third.
And
bring
then
spares of that.
And then the hardware you need to replace that. So Allens and screwdrivers, and then the screws and or nuts that you need. You'll want extras of those just in case they get destroyed. So, and then, that's these are rough lists. And then, the power source I already covered because that would be extra batteries and or a charger. But then your protection for yourself, bug spray, sunglasses, hat, and sunscreen.
Yep.
All of that is very important too. And that's your basic field kit.
Mm-hmm. The one that I usually take is a lot more basic than that just because we fly over here.
Yeah.
But it's tape, plane, transmitter, batteries, rubber bands, and then I think pliers and a screwdriver. But that's like a bare bones. Just going across the street.
And again, depending on what you're flying, you may not even need that, and how far you're going, because that was also key. Half-day fly, not far from home. I walk across the street. When I had the DLG, I took nothing. I didn't even have to drive half the time. I did drive because if the wind was blowing, that thing would.
Your DLG weighed nothing.
Yeah, would go everywhere. But just the DLG, a little bit of tape, and my transmitter.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to take extra batteries because that thing used nothing.
Well, one battery on our DLGs would go for at least an hour.
Couple couple days of flying because I couldn't ever do more than a minute and
That's
a half
true.
or something like that. But so that's the basic takeaway from that, and I love this idea. So because I've been needing to build me a filled, and I think I'm going to
Field
have
bag.
filled bag things. I think I'm going to have 2 filled bags.
Okay.
I'm going to have a basic filled bag for I'm just going to quickly go fly just across the street. And then I'll have my extended filled bag that will be like, okay, I'm going to go and fly somewhere. That'll include a few more things, like if we're going to go to the point or something like that, which I would like to do some slope soaring.
Slope soaring.
Thank you. With my Radian.
Oh, absolutely. I want to get my Spirit back out.
Yeah. So, because that would be fun.
Amazing.
Yeah. But anyway, so and it's gonna morph.
Yeah, it'll evolve as time goes on, and you realize, oh, I don't need this. Oh, I really need this.
And what planes you have, like your planes that you take out, are gonna morph, and you may have. You may have one that's just very generic that has pretty much anything that you're flying, and then you may have some more specific ones that you throw in there to ensure that you can fly whatever it is you're flying. And
because my Spirit needs a very different kit than Patches, which needs a very different kit than the Electric Fly, which needs a very different kit than the FT Freighter.
Yeah, or your wing.
Chaos Wing. Yeah,
Like
everything, and then the little Chuck glider up there needs no kit at all.
Yep.
I haven't even flown that. I tossed it once in my parents' backyard.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
It is. Because it actually flew really well.
So
all right.
The field kit, there are a few basics that you're going to see in all of them.
Yeah.
And most of that is just minor stuff. So hopefully that was helpful to you. I thought it was helpful for me. Very good information in my opinion.
I also found 2 other articles that cover just the basics of a field kit. So I'll be sure to link those. All these links we've discussed will be in the description down below.
So go ahead and look those.
Hit those up.
Check those out.
Learn from others, because we only know some things, not all the things.
No, and I'm noob. He's a little bit better than a noob.
I'm mildly intermediate.
Yes. So, and and give us some feedback of what you put in your field kit.
Let's hear it. Put down in the comments. What goes in your field bag?
Yep. Or email us,
rclawnchairpilots@gmail.com.
Yes. And let us know what you put in your field kit.
Absolutely.
And let us know what you're flying. Because we said in a lot, like was said in a lot of these.
Seen it. What you fly changes what's in your bag.
Yes.
In your kit.
So, all right. Anything else?
I got nothing.
I think that was good.
That actually was a shorter episode than I expected it to be.
Well, do you want to talk some more?
I don't know what else to talk about. My knees hurt.
Flying is fun.
It is fun. I need to get out. Oh, excuse me. My latest outing has been on a simulator.
Oh, you've been doing some simulating?
I've been doing a little bit of simulator flying.
I wish they had a slow stick.
Great Plains does. Or not Great Plains. Real Flight has a slow stick similar. And I've actually been flying that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy too.
Well.
So the slow sticks just need a dead wind day.
Yeah, that's all it is. 15 mile an hour plus gusting. Not a good day to go out and fly.
No, it's not a good day to fly hardly anything.
Well, it wasn't
in my book.
It wasn't windy when
That's a good day to slope soar.
Yes.
You should have thought that through better.
Yeah, well, I only had an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't go to the
And then
point.
I would not have gone flying at all. That's me. Especially, with the planes you have, I would not have gone out.
Yeah, well, I tried, failed, but no broken.
Yeah.
So
there you go.
All right. Well, if we've got nothing else, so we don't have to keep chit chatting because I'm sure these guys are like, we're done.
Just stop.
We're done. I'm gonna skip to the next episode. So remember, when flying, inverted is up and down is expensive. RPM is how hard you hit the ground, and torque is how far you have to dig to get it out.
Yep.
Thanks, guys. See you later.
guys.